Life. Life is a battle. See, every day when you wake up, you have so many things trying to knock you down. Every day you have so many things coming your way, trying to hit you in the face. Issues with depression and anxiety, issues with peer pressure from friends, issues from every side. See, in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8, it says, we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair. See, even in different translations, it says, we are pressed on every side by troubles, but we're not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. See, even the Bible says that weapons are formed against us. But just because weapons are formed against us, that does not mean that it is over. It is the end. See, even with our faith, we have to fight the good fight. In 1 Timothy, it says to fight the good fight. Because it is a fight. Life of faith is a fight. Every single day you have things trying to crush you. You have things trying to crush your faith. You have things that makes you want to doubt if God still loves you. You have the enemy trying to tell you that God does not love you. You have the enemy trying to tell you that there is no solution to your problem. You have issues trying to knock your faith down. You have issues trying to tell you that there is no way out. But yet, I'm here to tell you that it is never impossible, because God is always the solution. You may fall down, but you will not die. Every day when you wake up, and that problem comes your way, and that problem hits you so hard that you think this is the end. You cry at night and you say, there is no way there is a way. The enemy looks at you, punch you in your faith, punch you in your heart, punch you in your thoughts, and there seems to be no way because the enemy is stronger. But remember that David was small, but Goliath was bigger. But David had God on his side. And this is what the Bible says, to fight the good fight. See, our weapons will be formed against you. Problems will come your way. But whenever you have God on your side, He will fight the battle with you. He will fight the battle for you. This is why even the Bible says that Jesus is our fighter. Jesus is the one who delivers us. Jesus is the miracle worker. He's the one who makes a way where there is no way. And I want to speak to somebody right now that nothing seems to be going your way. You have tried, you have tried. You have prayed, you have prayed. You've gone even to church. You have talked to everybody, to a counselor. There seems to be no way. But I want to tell you that remember that David was small, but he fought the fight and he won the battle. See, the thing is, sometimes the fight is hard, but the point is not to fight the fight. The point is to win the battle. See, sometimes God lets you fight the fight. He lets you fall down. God will let you get on the ground. God will let you get the punch in your face. But when it comes to winning the battle, God will come and make a way. God will give you a testimony when nothing seems to make sense, when nothing is working, when you have trusted man, when you have trusted everybody and there seems to be no way, God will make a way. See, sometimes we forget that just because you have faith, just because you pray, that there will be a way. But the point is not to fight with only faith. The point is to fight knowing that God is fighting with you, that God will make a way, that God is your miracle worker. See, sometimes you get in the ring, you look at the bag and you punch it. But every time you punch, guess what you're doing? You are building your muscles. And even faith is the same way. See, our faith has to be trained. You have to train your faith. You have to learn how to speak to yourself. You have to learn that sometimes the biggest fight you fight, it is not fighting against the enemy. Your biggest fight is with yourself. Your biggest fight is with your thoughts, because sometimes your thoughts are the reason why you can win. Sometimes it's having no faith that makes you not win. Sometimes it's losing hope that makes you lose the fight. So yeah, we are crushed, but we don't die. We are crushed on every side, but God wins our battles. I want to speak to someone who is in a place where you can't see God in everything. You seem to not hear God's voice in your life. But I want to tell you that just because you can't hear God's voice, it doesn't mean that God is not there. Just because you can't see God's hand in your life, it doesn't mean that God is not there. I just want to tell you that you have to keep your hands up when you fight. And the reason why you have to keep your hands up when you fight is to protect yourself from what comes against you. And sometimes all you have to do is keep up your faith, keep up your hope, keep up your mind, and let God do the rest. And this is why even the Bible says that Jesus is our strength. See, when you're about to give up in the battle, Jesus will give you the strength. When you're about to give up, even when your enemy is stronger, even if it seems like you're small, but remember that you have to keep practicing to build your muscles. You have to remember that your biggest enemy is not the person you're fighting. It is not the devil. It is not the enemy. The biggest enemy that you have is yourself. You win by the way that you speak to yourself. So remember that we are crushed on every side, but that doesn't mean that we die. Even the Bible says that weapons will be formed against us, but that doesn't mean that they will kill us. Yes, the weapons will hurt us, but God will make sure that we don't die in the battlefield. And may you understand, and may you know that in 2018, no matter what happens, the biggest fight is in your thoughts. The biggest fight is in your heart. The biggest fight is in the decisions that you make every day. When your friends are pushing you to do what you don't want to do, when you have the peer pressure, it's how you fight the battle to say no. When you're going through depression, is how you fight to keep up your faith. See, some of the strongest battles we have is not against people around us. It is against the things that we're fighting in us. And the strongest battle, the hardest battle you will ever fight, it is in here. It is in here. But remember that just because you keep your hand up is all it takes. Keep up your faith and watch Jesus fighting all your battles.